Hey, how are you? I'm actually not doing that great. I am trying to climb this mountain. Oh, shoot. And there are a bunch of things wrong with what I'm trying to do right now. For one thing, I have sneakers on, and look at all the snow around me. So I got the wrong footwear. And let me show you the mountain that I want to climb. So there it is, and I'm just starting off, and I'm already overwhelmed. And I wonder if you feel like that too. I don't know where you are in the course, whether you've just started or whether you're in the middle or toward the end, but I sure know that overwhelmed feeling. And I know there are lots of things that can cause us to feel overwhelmed. The mountain seems too high to climb, and that's probably your perfectionism. So there are lots of places where I really urge you to lay that down. You know that saying that don't let perfect be the enemy of the good. Any story that you write is a story that has been rescued from the closet of forgetting. So don't forget that. You might be overwhelmed by too many stories. You might be just starting the mapping and remembering, and there are so many stories and so much has happened in your life. It's like that mountain that's right behind me, right? It just feels so massive. It feels unclimbable. You know what? You don't have to write about your whole life. Don't think about all those stories. Just write one story at a time. One story at a time. And one story will lead to the next, and you'll know when to stop, and you'll know what to include and what not to include. So, and don't stop thinking of that whole mountain. Think about one part of your life. What else? Some of those stories might be really hard, and you're feeling overwhelmed because you're getting lost in the hardness and in the darkness. And I want to encourage you, maybe that piece of your story, maybe this isn't the right time to write that piece of your story. If you feel like it is the right time and you want to write into that story, you know what? I do talk a lot about telling the truth. And telling the truth is so important. And the darkness of that truth, yes, I know that that's there. But maybe angle your view a little bit, right toward the light, right toward kindness, right toward goodness, right to find God, right to find a moment of grace, some shot of light in that dark. And you know what? It's probably there. Look for that. Chase after that. That's a good thing to do. I've had to do that myself at various times. You might be overwhelmed with how deep the snow is right now, which is what I'm overwhelmed with. Whoa, I can't go any further without boots. You might be overwhelmed with, what will my family think? So the most important thing as you're doing the writing is don't think about, just get rid of those voices in your head, all those voices. Write freely, write honestly, write openly. Don't think they're not going to see this. They're probably not going to see it. So just get those voices out of your head. Write for yourself. Write toward what is true. I am sure that I have missed another source of overwhelmedness because I know there are a lot of them. But I just want to encourage you on. any story that you choose, any moment. Remember my bus story? Ah, it's such a small, simple story, but that's an example of riding toward the light. So do that, right toward the light. One small piece, one step at a time. If I'm going to climb this mountain, okay, you got to see the mountain again. It's still there. It is still there. It's just one step at a time up the mountain, right? And the important thing is when you get to wherever you are, like here I am, right here. Look, there's a view. And I just want to enjoy the view. I know I'm not going to make it all the way up that mountain. I'm just not prepared for it. I'll do it later. I'll have boots on, or I'll wait for the snow to melt or something. I just won't do it now. I'll do it later. But I got this far. And the view is lovely, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm so glad I came. And I know that will be true for you. Those 3 stories you write, or those 10 stories, or that one story that's going to get you partway up the mountain, and the view from there is going to be beautiful. Okay. I'll see you inside.